Hey, what's going on, Big Dick? So today I want to discuss with you guys RuneScape has recently, sort of ish, a few days ago, I guess you can say now, released. And they basically gave us a little bit of information about the possible Slayer Helm coming into the game. Obviously, everything that I say is going to be pulled, by the way, on obviously RuneScape main page thing. And I believe they even added there might be a Slayer Cave coming and possible way to skip Slayer tasks using Slayer points. Basically, Smoke and Kills quest coming back is probably what they're trying to say without trying to spike it up to too many people thinking, oh my god, no. Now, I'm going to say I might get off topic a little bit later on in this video because it's kind of a bigger discussion of everything. But yeah, I'm going to first of all say I kind of do want this update to happen. I am 95 Slayer and basically 90 Slayer on 2 different accounts. So I've achieved already over 99 Slayer. I believe it's around 14 million Slayer experience in total I've done on RuneScape. So I mean, I think I would be rank 5 or 6 or 7, something around there. Not to mention the first like 8 mil Slayer experience was done like with the fucking D-Skimmy without piety and like hardly could afford Peapots and like a fucking red cape, no fire cape to level 85 or 82 Slayer. I think I got my fire cape at. But anyways, not the main point. So yes, the Slayer Helm update, I don't think Slayer Helm will really affect the game in almost like any way. Just it's a little bit easier for things like I guess Dust Devils. It affects a little bit. Because you don't have to use a face mask anymore. You can use the actual Slayer mask to get your full potential on the Dust Devils because of the black mask, basically. What else? I guess Aberrant Spectres, but then I don't think you can use a black mask and a Salve helmet. It does not stack. So basically, Aberrant Spectres, you can use a Fury and a Slayer helm now versus the nose peg and the Salve helmet. So it's not much of a difference at all. It's hardly an XP boost there. I'm not gonna lie, Slayer Helm is fucking sexy as hell. I love the item. It looks awesome. Especially when you wear bandos with it. It looks amazing. I'm going to pick that plant before I fucking get poisoned. I remember when Slayer Helm first came out, I literally thought it was actually called a Bandos Helm. I thought they invented a a Bandos helmet into the game, and then I'm like, oh, that's a Slayer Helm. Now, along with the Slayer Helm, obviously, is going to be a new Slayer dungeon, which I'm always for. I'm hoping that the Slayer dungeon is kind of like Curadel's dungeon, where you cannot go in there unless you have a Slayer task that's in there, and you can't attack anything unless it's your Slayer task. So it's basically a non-camping, it's an anti-camping dungeon. And obviously if you're training Slayer, something like that is just very nice to have on the side, so you don't ever have to worry about some place being overcrowded. You can just go there whenever you want, and there should hardly be too many people there because you can't really camp it, so yeah. Now, one thing I hope that the dungeon is going to have is an area where Steel Dragons and an area where Iron Dragons are separate. So, I mean, as you guys know right now, if you guys go to an Iron Dragon task or especially a Steel Dragon task, if you guys get Steel Dragons for a Slayer task, it's almost impossible to do without killing like a few Iron Dragons, which is kind of annoying. So hopefully if they add that in there, it'll be kind of nice so you don't have to worry about, getting attacked by the different dragon and spending about an hour trying to kill it because we don't have, Zamorak Spear and Super Anti-Fire. At this point, we might in the future, who knows? But yeah, I will ask your guys' opinion on the Slayer Helm and the new Slayer Dungeon, and as well as, I didn't talk about this yet, but yeah, as you guys know, when you did Smoke and Kills quest, basically you got Slay points every time you finish a Slayer task. The better the Slayer Master, the more points you get per task. And I believe there was like a set bonus of like every 10 you get like 90 points, every 50 you get 250 points, 225 points, somewhere like that. But that's using the other Slayer Master. So I'm not too sure exactly how that'll work on this game. I kind of forget the lower level Slayer Master, how many points they give you. And I'm thinking things like, you guys know you have to use a raw camera on a Gargoyle. I'm thinking things like that might be added if you got to use Slayer points to unlock it. I kind of, in a way, wish that was unlocked with coins. It's just a very simple money sink you can put into the game. If you wish to stop having to use a raw camera on a Gargoyle, you put 1 mil cash into the NPC. NPC takes away from the game. 1 mil GP is gone out of the game. Maybe not 1 mil, maybe like 500k or something, because 1 mil is quite a bit of money. And that's just something that everyone's going to probably do. If anyone does Slayer and they have Gargoyles, they're going to want to have that enabled. So 500k gone from each person out of the game. That's, probably a few hundred people here and there. That's going to add up to a lot of money, right? Instead of making it like, 2 Slayer tasks worth of points. That's just my opinion. Maybe that's just my opinion because I actually have 500k in my bank and I can pay for it. But I mean, if you have around 75 plus, I'm thinking you already know that you're going to be making quite a bit of money once you hit 80 and 85 and 83. So yeah, 500k should be too much. Not to mention you got God Wars you can go make money from, so Gainz. Now, I will say whenever I first started playing 07, I was kind of against this update. But as you guys know, everyone's opinions change whenever, they do things. And I mean, like, it's just, that's normal, right? For some weird reason, people think that YouTubers are not allowed to change their mind. It's like, Alkan, 3 months ago you said this, and now you're saying this, and like this, and that. Make up your mind. It's like, oh, I can't change my mind or my opinion. Okay. I mean, as time goes by and you do different things, your opinion sometimes does change on different things. Like, I'm sure about half the game didn't want Gargoyles Dungeon when it first got talked about because it was too early. Now everyone's like, yeah, Gargoyles is here. But yeah, I will say, I mean, this is the off-topic type of thing I'm going to start talking about probably. Any game like RuneScape probably, I will say, will die without any updates happening. As you guys see, the numbers decreased before Gargoyles Dungeon came out. It was getting pretty low, and there wasn't too much hype about anything because, like, nothing was getting updated. So I will admit that, I mean, a game does need updates to keep players happy, to keep players, you know, coming back. Because once you set a goal, you achieve it, and there's nothing else that comes out, it's like, well, what's the point of playing? Unless you're someone like me that just likes to gain experience, then, well, you're fucked for life anyways. But I would imagine that's probably the typical RuneScape player that, you know, just does this and does that. They achieve it and they get bored because there's nothing else coming out, and they're just kind of waiting for an update so they don't play. And I guess even for myself, like, I mean, I had my account basically ready for God Wars like a day or two before it came out. And I was so bored, I was like, what do I do now? So I just went and killed Jad like 3 times and got like 3 fire keys because I was like, okay, I'm ready for the update. Let's go update, let's go. And I didn't feel like playing basically. I hardly even played that like 2 days before. I just got fire keeps, a little bit of fletching, and I was kind of bored, right? I was just waiting for the God Wars to come out. Now, where Jax will go wrong, possibly, I hope not in the future with this game, though, is things like RuneSpan. It's just a complete waste of an update that just ruined a skill completely. Don't do things like that. I mean, we'll bring in, you know, a smoking kills quest, basically come back into the game. Will it increase Slayer experience per hour? Probably by a little bit, because you can cancel a task instead of having to go and kill, you know, 15 skeletons. You know, you can use your points and you can save points up. You can, I guess, buy some death runes with those points and things like that. And this fucking account just logged out. Whatever. This is one thing I hate about EOC. Watch. I'm gonna try to log back in, and it's gonna say your game session has ended. See, this is so fucking annoying. Get rid of this fucking shit. It's so annoying. Damn it, I lost my train of thought. Where was I? Right, so obviously this quest will increase Slayer experience by a little bit per hour, but something like, you know, rune crafting ZMI, like 60k an hour if you fucking hardcore or whatever, nerd life. And then it's like RuneSpan AFK 100k an hour. It's just like, that's too much of a change to happen just like that. Maybe like in 10 years time later on, but I mean, you know, ZMI was good enough. It was a great balance as well. ZMI, not that much money, but better experience. Double Nats, you know, good money, but not the best experience. That was a good mix. I feel like a lot of people did probably both of each. I mean, some people did nature runes for like 97, 98 rune crafting, and just busted out ZMI for like, you know, good 20 hours and got 99. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little disappointed in the whole how rune boots don't upgrade. You don't need rune boots to have dragon boots. It doesn't like combine. That kind of annoyed me. I talked to a lot of my friends about it. They're like, you know, played the game for a little while and they kind of understand the basics of RuneScape. They're like, yeah, what the fuck? I don't understand how that didn't pass. Updates like that, I believe, are like the only way that items can ever keep their price at a value. I mean, like, let's just say, I know Next has been kind of a topic for RuneScape 2007. I don't think that will really ever come. At least it might come, but I don't think it's going to ever drop things like Torva and this and that. But I was thinking, right, this is completely just fucking thinking about things in my head. If Next ever came, what if it dropped, like, add-ons to armor? So let's just say it's an add-on. You get, you know, obviously Next is the hardest boss out of all of them. It's like an add-on to Bandos. You can get, like, extra spikes. You can put on your Bandos Tassets. You can put on your Bandos Chestplate. And it gives you a little bit of extra strength bonus, maybe some more prayer bonus. And it's just, like, even that will still be worth money. And so will the Bandos Chestplate. It'll still be worth money as well. You don't need to bring a whole brand new armor into the game. That's going to override the old Bandos armor, right, with the new Torva plate. I wish people kind of understood my concept a little bit more, because that's, I mean, like if a Whipvine came in the game, imagine a Whipvine was a whip by itself. Well, then these whips would be fucking shit. But if you get a Whipvine and put it on top of a whip, they're still both useful items. I mean, I can't stress that type of, you know, I don't know, updates to the game anymore. I mean, it's just so obvious that that is by far the best way to go. Now, you might think I'm crazy for saying something like Next, and it's already, you know, RuneScape hasn't been here for a year yet with this old school style. And I'm like, holy crap, Next Alkan? Are you serious, bro? That ruined the game. But I bet you in like a year time, either you're not playing this game anymore or you're waiting for updates to happen, and one of them might be, you might be waiting for Next. But yeah, if shit like that ever came out, I definitely don't want like Torva in the game and life point boosts and shit. No thanks. But upgrades to armor, so it makes both pieces and both bosses worth doing, I think that's a great idea. You want to do an extension to barrows, maybe it can be an extension to, you know, enchanting these pieces so they're a little bit stronger. They're a little better, right? Maybe Guthan's heals you know, 20% more often than it does now if you use enchanted armor. And I don't know, things like that that might just be a completely stupid idea, but maybe some people will agree with me on those type of updates. It basically just means you can upgrade the game for a very long time without, you know, pieces going to shit, right? You won't have, like right now, as you guys know, Torva on EOC is crashing because I believe they're having better armor coming out pretty soon from like an extension to Barrows. I believe it's a kind of harder Barrows version they're bringing into the game. And that's kind of what I don't like, because now it's making Next not worth doing. You know, soon enough they're going to probably replace Dragors with the level 95 attack weapon. Then KK is not worth doing. Then this isn't worth doing. This isn't worth doing. It just kind of sucks. You just start to create a lot of dead content in the game where it's like almost, it was like a waste of an update. All that time you put in the update, now no one even does it, kind of thing. And as I told you guys, now we're completely off topic. I'm going to probably end the video very soon. I'm kind of tired of talking right now. It's 5 in the morning, so excuse me if I kind of like mumbled or whatever on my words. It's really late. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm sitting here watching that fucking coming face right there, basically. Anyways, I wish I had a fucking whip job on this goddamn task. That would have been cool. But yeah, I do agree with the Slayer Helm update if it does come. It's going to be up for poll, I believe, sometime soon. I'm not too sure when. But I'm definitely going to vote yes on it. I'll probably make a video just reminding you guys that the polls are out later on. Just, you know, read over the entire polls. But that's a pretty cool update, I think. That it's going to be nice to have in the game. You know, I mean, just think about it. Hey, a Slayer mask or a Slayer helm, you still need a black mask to upgrade it, don't you? See, that's a great thing right there. People don't notice that, but that's exactly what I'm trying to get at for, like, future updates. If a Slayer helm was just a Slayer helm, guess how much black mask would fucking... It'd be fucking out price. That's what the hell it would be. So I guess Jax has somewhat of the idea, like chaotic claws and whip vines and things like that. They kind of have a little bit of an idea. Anyways, guys, for now I'm going to put in the video. I want to know what you guys' opinion are on, you know, the updates. And I guess even if you care enough to talk about the whole upgrading armor pieces with new bosses and, you know, new pieces and things like that, go ahead and tell me your opinion. As I know, we all have different opinions. If you guys might disagree, might agree, you guys might have a different idea. That's cool too. Tell me below. I'm not going to sit there and be a bitch to you like, hey, I think it's a stupid update. You know, what you just told me in the comments, that's stupid. Why the fuck would Jax do that? No, I'm going to read your comment. And, you know, if it's a good idea, I'll probably respond to you. Anyways, without further ado, I'll see you guys next video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the Slayer videos. Well, I don't really know how you enjoy Slayer videos too much. It's just like, I'm just attacking abyssal demons in the background. I could have been like putting a fucking picture of some guy taking a shit in the background. You guys would have been okay with that probably. In fact, one video, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to stick a fucking, like, a stick man in the background and just do a talk over and just see what people say. Watch the video, have like fucking 10K likes. Woohoo! I'm bringing stick man back in business. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. All kinds of